I felt like it would be helpful to explain my methodology, if that makes sense. Because honestly, if I've learned anything in like the past week or so, it's the idea that I'm doing anything at all revolutionary or abnormal when to me and my friends, this is so obviously how you're supposed to play Warframe. So I thought I had introduced to you a failed experiment of mine that kind of perfectly demonstrates how I approach the problem solving. In this case, have you ever read Nezha's passive? Have you thought about the implications of slide 60% faster and go 35% further? What if there were no middle sliders? How do we turn all of the sliders to maximum? First of all, this is a nonsensical loadout because I haven't actually played Nezha because this build is completely unusable. Oh, look, the Warframe wiki says to me that it stacks with 3 other mods. I can install 4 Exilus mods on my Warframe. Who cares? This build is bad, to be clear. Like, it's not good. I just wanted to max out all of the sliders. Then in terms of loadout, okay, what synergizes with this almost Yarel-esque approach to gameplay? Oh, what's that? Firewalker. This is immunity to all status effects. So we combine it with my favorite abomination, my kit gun. This is a maximum crit spore lacer. I have a ribbon because of course I do, because I just end up with ribbons to very silly things. Which also leads us to our other friend. There's no saving Kestrel, but I think it's another demonstration here today of I thought, what can we do with Kestrel? What? Oh, enemies that have been affected by a status effect gain 6 additional stacks when they're knocked down or flung by melee attacks. It's almost like Kestrel has guaranteed forced ragdoll on anything that it hits. What can we do with that? Not much, but it's funny. Don't yell at me, Technic.
I am having so much fun with you, little meat. Ooh, what shall
I'm gonna
we
get
play?
my wig back from you, you motherfucker.
That's all from me.
I'm gonna get my goddamn wig back
Oh,
from you.
miss-
Actually, we should also equip a Kuvazar. We will be knockback immune too. And we're gonna take Nezha out for a walk. Or a slide, if you will. What do you think is gonna happen when I press the shift button? In 3, 2, well rather the crouch button. In 3, 2, 1. What was that? So what if we're sprinting and we go... What if we just keep on pressing crouch while sprinting? What if we just keep going? What if the game was like this now? Don't go far. Nope. So what if we leave behind our fire trail wherever we go, and we're simply rolling around at the speed of sound? Got no place to... How do the lyrics go? Shit. Why did I go to Earth for this? What's wrong with me? Why did I need to go to Earth? Now the best part is that it's actually multiple days later.
Oh, I win! I am having so much fun with you, little meat.
So in the intervening time, she moved to Mars. I think Techmix Exterminate is a great place to demonstrate this. Really, there's no rhyme or reason to this other than put all your abilities on. It's not fun, it's not good, it's mostly just going to give you motion sickness. Rebecca would be upset with me, though oddly supportive. And I don't know if I could handle that personally. Okay, as you can see, while we're in Firewalker, all of these big explosive weapons that I'm using suddenly incur no knockback when fired, which is wonderful. You can kind of undo that one nerf to their efficacy by just playing Nezha in general. It doesn't have to be with this build. It just has to be Nezha. Though sometimes it just doesn't work, and I have not identified any rhyme or reason behind that. The other thing is, so this is partially built around this stupid goddamn Kestrel. The Kestrel is dumb as hell. The Kestrel causes forced knockdown on anything that it hits, which it sounds good on paper, but it's mostly just annoying. Even with the arcane, I feel like I could have added more status procs to enemies in a lot more productive ways. Oh no! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So nezha's other augment on Firewalker is pretty fun in that it's basically storing all damage that you have dealt during an instance of Firewalker and building that all up into a charge. That is tracked by the buff in the upper right HUD. So what I actually did with this build partially is I spec'd into as much duration as possible and as much movement as possible. So I'm leaving behind the longest possible fire trail. Therefore, when I proc Firewalker finally at the end of its duration, it's compiled what? Currently 27.8k damage, and it still has 30 seconds left. Come on. Unfortunately, Firewalker only works while you're on the ground. It's not generating ticks while you're elsewhere. Archon Vitality is also great for this. It's kind of insane on several warframes. I think it's great on Lavos. I think it's great on nezha. It's kind of really funny on Wisp, actually. It's really, really funny on Protea. That makes artillery go absolutely batshit. So we've compiled 45.3k damage in our Firewalker. 45 by what? Can you get down here? I'm still stuck in this wall from the momentum. This is also why I think this is not as good as it could be, is because Firewalker is genuinely just awkward to use. You kind of have to partner it with a grouping ability of some kind. I don't know, Larva. I was trying to say Nidus and Larva at the same time. Gyratory or Larva, even like Magpul would probably be fine. It like looks cool, but like you're not gonna be. You could be doing so many other things. Whoa. Hello. Hi. I feel like I'm having an easier time with my fucking Sirocco than my actual guns. Are you like a line of enemies coming out of a hole? Can we demonstrate, please, sir? Sir, can you walk into the goddamn fire trail? Oh, Kestrel. Oh, Kestrel, never change. See what I mean by Kestrel, though? This is what Kestrel does. Does everyone know this is what Kestrel does? It's the opposite of effective crowd control, quite frankly, because it sends them flying. It does not make them easier to kill. If anything, it gives them a reprieve from you. Oh, Nelllock. This is the best possible thing that could have happened. Story time about Nelllock. What if I told you I received Nelllock on my star chart as a sister before I knew what a Sister of Parvos was? Because what got me into playing the game was my friend who only plays Ureli said, you should really just pick a warframe you want to go get and then make that your goal. I want Protea. Protea whips. So I went to go get Protea because really, all you have to do to go get Protea, get your Zorus, and you're off to the goddamn races. You don't have to do anything else. I think someone left a mission after spawning their sister spawn thing. She spawns because I am a new player and I don't know what's going on, and I just kill this random enemy on the map. And then a woman lives on Venus for the next like year of playing this game, and I have no idea what she is or what she's for until we finally actually unlock Sisters of Parvos for me. And she's been my stalwart companion since that fateful day. I hope we all learned that they're not all winners. Just because it's funny doesn't mean it's fun. Like, if it struggles at like Steel Path Kuva Fortress or Elite Archimedia, I'm like, okay, I'll take that L. But if you can do Netracells, if you can do your Steel Path, oh my god, what's it called? Steel Path Varuna Funny House, Omnia Fissures, whatever. Steel Path Omnia Fissures, there we go, I got there. Conjunction Survival. If you can do all of that, you're fine. Like, you don't need the best build in the world. As long as you're dealing like 20-30% of the squad's damage in those missions, I think you can do whatever you want. But you can't do this if you're not going to bring an actual gun that does something, because you're going to mostly vomit. And, I mean, I don't know what you're into, but I wouldn't recommend that. You shouldn't make Warframe a game where you want to vomit more than you already do, quite frankly.